On May 29, 2024, a number of reputable Russian Telegram channels, citing their own sources in the Russian military department, stated that American F-16 fighter jets, without much publicity, had already arrived in Ukraine. According to them, American fighters are not only on the territory of Ukraine, but even make trial training flights in the skies over the western and central parts of Ukraine. It is reported that the NATO military carefully disguises the flights of F-16 fighter jets. As it turned out, American fighter jets are flying in the skies of Ukraine accompanied by Su-27 and MiG-29 fighters. This is done in order to hide Western combat planes from enemy eyes, so that Russian radars cannot accurately determine that F-16 fighters are in the skies of Ukraine. However, sources in the Russian military department confirmed that radar operators have repeatedly detected American F-16 fighter jets in the skies over the central and western parts of Ukraine. Moreover, as it turned out, the American fighter jets that arrived in Ukraine were close to the top-end modification. In particular, we are talking about the F-16C Block 52. All this indicates that shortly, Ukrainian and NATO forces, with the help of F-16 fighter jets, will try to attack the positions of Russian troops on the combat contact line, and even engage in air battles against the Russian Su-30SM and Su-35 fighters. By the way, the West still fears the outcome of these air battles. Against this backdrop, it becomes clear why in recent weeks, the Russian missile forces, together with the aerospace forces, have significantly intensified missile strikes on military airfields located in the central and western part of Ukraine. All this indicates that the Russian High Military Command is well aware that not only high-ranking officers of NATO armies but also American fighter jets are located on the territory of these military airfields. My friends, as you remember, a few days ago I posted a video where I described in detail how on the night of May 26, Kinzhal hypersonic missiles hit the Starokostiantyniv airbase. Back then, Russian hypersonic missiles not only significantly damaged the runway, but also destroyed several underground hangars. And now, a few days later, Russian sources confirmed that not only NATO officers but also F-16 fighter jets were in these underground hangars. Unfortunately, there is still no accurate information about exactly how many NATO officers were killed and how many American fighter jets were disabled. At the same time, it is worth noting that these Soviet underground hangars, where NATO officers were stationed along with F-16 fighters, were extremely strong and durable, because they were built in case of a nuclear war. The fact that Moscow used more than 20 hypersonic missiles against these targets indicates that the Russian military knew exactly where to strike. As it turned out, that day, hypersonic missiles hit the same targets several times. This was done in order to completely destroy such powerful underground hangars. Commenting on the increased frequency of Russian missile strikes on military airfields in Ukraine, Western experts admitted that NATO countries will continue to lose not only their fighter jets, but also their experienced officers. According to them, the presence of American fighter jets on the territory of Ukraine requires highly qualified engineering and technical personnel to maintain them. The fact is that, unlike Russian fighter jets, American combat aircraft are very whimsical and require special care. And for these purposes, NATO countries will be forced to send more and more of their officers and soldiers to Ukraine. In addition, many experts are confident that despite the training of Ukrainian pilots, many F-16 fighter jets will be piloted by American and European pilots, especially during difficult combat missions. Thus, experts are confident that the death toll of NATO officers will increase rapidly in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, on the night of May 29, Russia launched another massive missile attack on the territory of Ukraine. This time, Russian missiles hit military installations in the Kharkiv, Rivne, and Lviv regions. According to monitoring services and sources in the Russian military department, all targets were successfully hit and destroyed. So, in the Rivne region, Russian missiles, together with kamikaze drones, destroyed the objects of the transportation network, through which NATO countries carried out the delivery of all types of weapons for the armed forces of Ukraine. In the Kharkiv region, in the area of settlements of Liptsi and Volchansk, Russian missiles hit and destroyed the places of the deployment of personnel of the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. According to preliminary data, about 70 Ukrainian soldiers and officers lost their lives as a result of this Russian attack. In the Lviv region, Russia has again used its Kinzhal hypersonic missiles. As it turned out, about 10 Russian hypersonic missiles rained down on the Yavoriv military base, located 30 kilometers from the city of Lviv. According to sources, Russian hypersonic missiles hit that military base at the very moment when several hundred NATO officers arrived there, in order to train Ukrainian soldiers to operate sophisticated Western military equipment, and carry out tactical, engineering, and medical training. Moreover, it is reported that there were also experienced pilots among the NATO officers. According to preliminary data, as a result of this missile attack, more than 100 Ukrainian and NATO officers were killed. It is reported that the dead NATO officers were citizens of the United States, Poland, France, and Canada.